In a dense forest, there stood a mighty oak tree and a slender reed. The oak tree, with its strong branches and thick trunk, thought itself superior to all the other plants in the forest. It often boasted about its strength, saying, "I am the mightiest tree in this forest. I can withstand any storm or adversity. Nothing can ever bring me down." The reed, on the other hand, was humble and knew its limitations. It bent with the wind and swayed gracefully when a gentle breeze passed by. The oak tree often looked down upon the reed, considering it weak and insignificant. One day, dark clouds gathered in the sky, and a fierce storm approached the forest. The wind howled, and the rain poured down in torrents. The mighty oak tree stood tall, refusing to bend, while the reed bent low to the ground to avoid the brunt of the storm. The storm raged on for hours, and the oak tree's arrogance was put to the test. Its branches creaked and groaned under the pressure of the wind, and its roots strained against the force of the storm. But the oak tree stood firm, determined not to bow down. As the storm finally passed, the oak tree had survived, but it had lost many of its branches and was scarred by the ordeal. It stood battered and bruised. The reed, on the other hand, had bent low and swayed with the wind, but it remained unbroken and intact. The oak tree, humbled by the experience, spoke to the reed, "I was wrong to underestimate your strength. Your ability to bend and adapt allowed you to survive the storm, while my rigidity has cost me dearly." The reed nodded and replied, "Strength does not lie in being unyielding, but in knowing when to bend. It is better to be flexible and adaptable in the face of adversity, for that is true strength." The moral of the story is that flexibility and adaptability are often more valuable than sheer strength. In life, it's important to be open to change and willing to bend when necessary. This story teaches us that being humble and open to new ways of thinking can lead to greater strength and resilience. It encourages us to recognize the value of adaptability and not to underestimate the power of those who may appear meek or small.